Good morning, everybody. One of these days, I'm going to change that, take away that Brendan Talks Dragonfly, but today is not that day. Hey, I see Megan, I see Gloria, Dozer, Maz. Welcome to Wednesday Morning Checkup, where I just blabber on for an hour about nonsense that sometimes pertains to Brendan. I mean, it does, but just to catch up for all the people who missed the Friday shows. Welcome. How's everyone doing this morning? I just got home from work. I just ate some food. Did everyone enjoy their Italian beef sandwiches yesterday? I did. That was a lot of. I looked up the recipe online because I don't know what it. I wanted to be as authentic as I could. Hey, Jinx. And so I looked it up and I saw, you had to get the pickled vegetables and the thinly sliced roast beef. And I mean, there's different ways you can do it. Some person said shredded beef. How's Brendan doing? He is doing good. He seemed really happy and excited the last time I talked to him. And I heard from another person he was too. So he's doing really good and really positive, which we all love to hear. I'm sure he was enjoying his sandwich. He loves those types of meal things. So as soon as I know what the next one is, I will let you guys know. He's hoping that he'll get 2 of those a month because so far he got 2 this month, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, he's doing really good. It's always a pleasure to talk to him over the phone because he laughs and you laugh, and he's just so very uplifting and positive, and yeah. Let's see. But yeah, other than that, so I've been updating the merch shop slowly but surely, and so if you guys here, let me cancel this. I'm gonna do this because I like this picture. This fits me today so far. Okay, so let me go ahead and share screen, and I'll show you so far what I've got cooking for the merch store. I've been really, I'm taking it slowly as I can as far as editing things. Like you can see, I changed the header to the Brendan Talks merch page for the Complete and Innocent Brendan Dassey, so that's new. To kind of go after the YouTube page and the Facebook group. And then down here, I brought this design back. This is an old design, but I also edited, as you can see, I changed the, see if I can bring it up. I changed the shirt. It's a different, same wording, but different, come on. There we go. Same wording, but I have the text different because I felt like this is a little bit more appealing. Anyways, so it says Be Brendan Brave and Free Brendan Dassey. So yeah, it's got multiple colors. I think I added the colors. I don't think it had different colors, but anyway, so if you guys want one of these, I think I'm gonna make this a permanent install in this, so that's why I did that. Go back. And, and I changed it on the book bag or the bag. By the way, I have one of these canvas bags. They are excellent if anybody wants to get one. I also changed the prices because the Teespring price went up a little bit as far as the not profit, but the how much it takes to make these things. So the price did go up a little bit because the whole point of this is to make a profit for Brendan. but also I wanted to provide some, realistically priced things for you guys. So if this is a little bit expensive, let me know and we can see what we can do. But I did bring up the price by a couple of bucks because of that, because it is in, I guess Teespring is making better quality stuff, they're saying. So the inflation, it inflates up. There's nothing I can do about that. But there are some things that I had to raise up because, like, for instance, the book bag, um, it it was at base basically, and there was no profit for Brendan, so I had to raise it up a bit. You know what I mean? So, long sleeve, yeah. So we can make a long sleeve option, Megan, if you want a long sleeve in one of these shirts. I can do that for you. It's easy to do, so I'll throw one in there if you want. But I added the binder here, not binder, spiral notebook, and I added a coffee mug. I added this puzzle that I thought was funny and cute. I'm gonna be ordering the puzzle. And then I added let me actually refresh this real quick because I want to make sure that the other stuff I added recently are in here. I remade the It Could Happen to You shirts. Yeah, It Could Happen to You. It Could Happen to You sticker. Here's the basic free Brendan Dassey with the dragonfly. Innocent should mean something. Here's the t-shirt stickers. Here's a long sleeve. It's Brendan Dassey. Okay. Oh, there we go. And then I added some kid shirts. So we've got It Could Happen to Me shirts in toddler. It Could Happen to Me shirts in kids. And then this is It Could Happen to Me onesie. If you guys want to buy one of those. I'm also going to make It Could Happen to Me. It's kind of, I know a lot of people are kind of like, that's a powerful statement to make for a kid's shirt. But I mean, it's true. It could happen to anybody's kids, grandkids, niece, nephew, or whatever. So, that's why I wanted to make that. And then I also made, a basic free Brendan Dassey with the dragonfly in a toddler shirt. And then I added a sticker and also a spiral notebook for free Brendan Dassey. Oh, and the puzzle, which this puzzle might piss people off, and I mean that in a puzzly way because it's black. Because oh, look at all that black. Can you imagine trying to put that puzzle together with all that black? I did that. I'm gonna buy this one too, and I'm gonna get so angry while putting it together, but I did that on purpose because I wanted to see if anybody would buy it because it's all black. That's my evil plan. Uh, but that's why I made the other puzzle so, like, I don't wanna say tacky, but kinda, like, all over the place design-wise because, if I took just, like, his regular picture and then I put it on the puzzle with all that black or any kinda color, it would be kinda like, "Oh my god, that's overwhelming." But, like, as a puzzle person, I like to put puzzles together, so that's why I took different pictures and put them on there because then you can work in different sections. Unlike a whole completely black puzzle. Anywho, that's why I made it like this. I'm excited about this one though. This one anyway, all profits in the merch shop go to Brendan. So if you guys do buy something, usually I wait until it hits like $100 or $200 and then I'll take it and then I'll send it to Brendan. And he appreciates all donations or all things bought in the merch shop. And plus, I think it's cool is because then you can get the merchandise and then you have a T-shirt or a notebook or a coffee cup, and he if you take a picture of yourself with these items and then you can send it to me to send to Brendan, or I can send it to Brendan or whatever, you can share it on Twitter. It helps get his name out there. He enjoys watching or seeing pictures of people wearing his t-shirts, and you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a win for you. It's a win for me. It's a win for him. It's a win for everybody. Everybody wins. But yeah, it's a win for me because I put the puzzle out there and I get to troll people with that. That's my win. Anyway, sorry, my chair. So that's what's new. I'm gonna be adding more stuff slowly. Um, so check back every once in a while and you might see something new. Because I had to we're going through kind of a rebranding thing. So I have to redesign certain things, which is fine. I'm not mad about it. It takes me a little bit longer. I have a list of things that I have to get to. Merch shop was next on the list, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so there you go. The merch shop link should be in the description down below, but here, I'll put it right here in the chat too. All right, so that's the merch shop update so far. If anybody also if anybody has any ideas for a t-shirt or anything like that, let me know and we'll make it happen. That a lot of the t-shirts and merchandise I do get, I'll come from supporters like you, and I announce like, oh, so and so, Nan's Life, she submitted a drawing for the dragonfly on the I love you hands. That was Nan's Life. She submitted that specifically for us to use as a t-shirt. Another person, Cian, who I haven't seen her I see her every once in a while in the chat if she's listening. She submitted, or she didn't submit, but I saw something and I asked her. And so she said, yeah, absolutely. It's the wrestling Brendan that says, wrestle for justice or something like that. I love that shirt, by the way. I have that shirt. All those shirts and stuff, by the way, all past designs and all that, I will make available in November. September, October. Yeah. So I will make that all available in November because I did that last year, and that gives everybody a chance to buy something that they saw that they couldn't get at the time because the holidays are coming up too. And so I'll make that available in November where everything I've made in the merch shop becomes available, and then you can repurchase something or whatever. Because normally if you do submit a design, or if I do a design that's new, I only let it run for 3 months and then I rotate with something else new. So, yay, she's listening. Hey, that's my favorite design. Hands down. It's my favorite design. I love it. I wear that shirt all the time to work too, and my clients love it too. So, yeah. But yeah, if you guys have anything like that, even if you don't have a design and you're like, here's what I envision for a shirt with these words, and Brendan's sitting there, I will make the design for you even and just use your words. I do that with Linda all the time. All the time. If it was your son, you'd want something done. We made that into a shirt, and that was from Linda, so. Hey. Hey, Dark Side. I don't remember if I said hi to you. So, yeah. What else? I still have supporter packs, by the way. They're $20 each. What did I say? It was like, I don't think I added shipping. I don't remember. What did I say it was? Hold on. Do I have a picture for it? I have a whole bunch of supporter packs too. I took them with me to the rally and a bunch of people bought some. Here they are. Supporter packs. All profits go to Brendan. So you get a sticker, a magnet. You get 2 stickers, a magnet, 2 buttons, and a keychain. And honestly, I'd probably throw in a couple other things that I have. They're $20. My PayPal is bsnash86@gmail.com. So that's what that is. If anybody wants a supporter pack, and while I'm thinking about it, if anybody wants a postcard, the postcards are free. If you're in the UK, email UK postcards for Brendan@gmail.com. You can email the email address I put up, which is the bsnash86, or you can email brendantalks89@gmail.com. And we will get you a bunch of postcards. I know I owe Jinx some postcards. And I think that's it, because I know I sent Megan's, and then I met a woman named Sarah. I sent her postcards out. But if anybody needs any refills or anything like that, let me know. So we can get those out there to you. The green ones have been discontinued. We're not doing those ones anymore, but I have other great designs. And yeah. Yes, so she's the one that does the UK postcards, so please message her too. I'm hoping, I think she's hoping too, Rhonda's hoping too, we can get rid of these ones, and then that way we can order new ones, because that's kind of what that's my idea, and I think that's what she kind of indicated too when I talked to her about it. So the sooner we can get these postcards out, the sooner we can order new designs, because I got one whole box, but like 2 separate boxes full of postcards, you know. But yep, that's the aim. How about free Brendan Dassey, bold type but high as possible for wheelchair users, that can be read without needing to lean forward. Yeah, I can do that. I can make you something like that, Dozer. You have my email, Dozer, so email me, please. And because I don't want you to post, because I know I need your size, because if I remember correctly, the shop doesn't run your size. But if you email me, maybe we can work something out, and I can get a t-shirt made for you in your size and the way you like it. Okay? So, but yeah, yeah, that's the aim. That's what I'm kind of going on to with it. So, you guys gotta, which, I mean, I go through them pretty quickly. Oh, it's been a busy couple of months since rally, hasn't it? I'm kind of back from my little sabbatical. I might be changing up the way, might be changing days of stuff. I'm waiting on Brendan to respond about Be Brendan Brave. We'll see if that day changes, because I want him to approve it first, but we might be doing Be Brendan Brave on Wednesdays, but it's not official yet, so I'm not going to post it today unless I do hear from him today. I was supposed to ask. I'm really bad with remembering. I have notes, like when everybody says, "Hey, can you ask Brendan? Can you let Brendan know this? Can you?" Which I don't mind doing. I have to write it down, or else I'll forget. Because he calls me at 8 o'clock, or 8 o'clock in the morning his time, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning my time. So you can imagine how active my mind is that early. But yeah. Oh, wow. But yeah, I think, that's not really a lot to update on other than postcards, merch shops, quarter packs. Hopefully, Pete and Linda will be okay to join us next Friday. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. I hope everybody is doing okay. Yes, Rhonda, are you talking to me or are you saying hi to somebody in chat? Oh, dark side. Okay. She was just like, hey, lovely. I was like, are you trying to say something or she's just saying hi to dark side? That's cool. That's cool. Sunday, I'm excited about Sunday going over Richard Leo's more into Richard Leo's testimony. Last Sunday, we were mostly just going over Steve Drizen's I love you too, Becca. I love you too, Rhonda. And I love Darkside. We were going over the qualifications that Dr. Richard Leo has to give his analysis about Brendan's confession. So it was kind of mostly that. And I'm more excited to get more into the nitty gritty of the confession. So I'm looking forward to that, going over that with you guys. I'm also been reading the book, Anatomy of a False Confession, and I've been highlighting stuff and kind of going over that. So I think in the future, maybe not anytime soon, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do a book reading. Maybe I'll do that once a week too, where I'll come on here and I'll read 2 or 3 chapters from this book for you guys and we can discuss that. You know, the chapters aren't very long at all. I'm just trying to figure out how we can do that to where it won't be just me sitting here reading. Because I know sometimes people like to follow along. So I don't know how else to do this without putting the book on the screen, unless you guys are okay with me just reading. Of course, you guys, we could set a future date, like let's say it's August. So let's say by September 20th, you all buy this book too, and then you could read along with me and we can have a discussion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, yeah, I could read, like I said, I could read it to you. I don't know, because like I know, but then again, also, like for instance, when I listen to Foul Play, when they talk and they read their documents and stuff like that, I don't watch the screen. I actually listen and do stuff like paint or clean or whatever. So I'll leave that. I'll let you guys comment below what kind of thing you would like me to do, just to read the book or you guys read along or whatever. I mean, I guess there's nothing stopping you from buying this book too and reading along with me. I just don't know if I could put it on the screen for you guys, because then I would have to somehow be able to find a copy online and or take pictures of this book, and I don't know exactly also if that's allowed because it is a book. You know what I'm saying? Um yeah, I am constantly on YouTube listening to people, and I'm constantly doing something, whether I'm typing out an email or doing some stuff on the computer or my cleaning or whatever. I'm constantly listening to people talk on YouTube though. Hey, Carrie. I know Carrie has told me that she likes seeing our faces on YouTube like this. like the messy hair. This is my after work hair. I work a job where people pull my hair. So this is what happens when I come home from work. My hair looks like people have literally been pulling on my hair all day. Anyway, they grab on my hair. I don't know what you're saying. Becca, why don't you put your hair up then? Well, because the guy that grabs my hair will grab your hair. He doesn't care. He doesn't care how long it is. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if it's in a bun or if it's down or if you have it under a hat or whatever. Even if I shaved my hair off completely, he'd still grab at my head, my glasses, my shirt. Hold on. Yeah, so that's what Carrie was saying. She likes the lives where that's why on Fridays, though, I try to do that. I try to do the be on camera as much as I can. Sometimes my internet doesn't allow me to do that. Because it does actually, I don't know why, but it takes up more internet juices to show both my voice and the camera. Like this takes more internet energy, I guess. I don't know why. But like for some strange reason on a Friday, I don't know what it is. If it's just the busiest time in the whole entire Payson area, so everyone is on the internet the same well, but like for some strange reason I don't get good internet and that's why I start having all those issues. But now it's fine. Now it's great. I don't know why. Yeah, the internet juices just aren't to flowing as much as I mean however they call it, juices. Yeah. But anyway, so we'll maybe that's something I'll start doing in the next couple of weeks. I'll pick a random day. I'll let you guys also let me know what day works better for you. How does it work for you guys? Hey, Facebook user. Hold on. Let me go see who that is. Hi, Facebook user. Let's see who it is. It's Carol Vincent. Hi, Carol. Sorry, I'm getting my phone charger out right now. Oh. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that. Maybe I'll make a poll in the group. You could act like a kind teacher and show the book each time you read a page. I could. That'd be hilarious to me. I think there are pictures in this book too, so I could do that technically and get away with that. I just haven't gotten to those pictures yet. Like I said, the chapters are super short, so I could easily read you guys 2 or 3 chapters a day or a live, you know. Right? Facebook can't hide. Let's see, is this charged up enough or is it gonna be a butt? Oh, technology. I had leftover roast beef sandwich for lunch for technically this is my dinner time. Is Roxanne there? Hey, Roxanne. Good. Glad it's working for you. Oh, there it is. It's right here in front of me. I'm all searching my bag. Be Brendan brave today? That's what I was just saying, Carrie. I don't know because Brendan hasn't gotten back to my email yet on that, and I want to wait until he says yay or nay on that before I jump in all that. So maybe not today. We'll find out. I normally post Be Brendan Brave at like 4 p.m. anyway, my time. So yay, Roxana. So yeah, the idea is that Be Brendan Brave will be moved to Wednesdays, and then Free for All Fridays will stay on Friday. And Be Brendan Brave is generally a theme to it. So just for argument's sake, if there was a Be Brendan Brave today, it would be where are you from? So I would post the Be Brendan Brave, and then you could post anything about that topic that you want. So it would be where are you from? You can post pictures of where you're from, facts, monuments. So like I'm from Arizona, so I could post like the Grand Canyon. I could post the Natural Bridge, which I'm right down the road from. I could post cactuses. I could give a state fact like, did you know in 1914 on February 14th or Valentine's Day is when Arizona was officially made a state? You know, just stuff like that. Or even if I wanted to talk about, I mean, Brendan's from America, but if you were in a different state, you know, or a different country, you know, oh, I'm from Sweden, so here's some facts about Sweden. Just stuff like that if you want. Oh, yeah, you have a natural bridge too? We have a natural bridge. Story goes, a cowboy was running away from some Indians. I don't know if you can say that nowadays, but and he came across a natural bridge and he hid in there. Ohio. One time my sister um, came out from St. Louis with her daughter, and her daughter was like 4, I think. 3 or 4, but we went by what your U-Haul truck says about your state. um, we went hiking down into it. It's a really steep hike down and up, and I was not wearing the right kind of shoes, and I slipped and I did like a split like thing almost, and my hip popped, and I saw everything spin, and I saw stars, and it was painful. And I thought, well, this is my new home now. It's down here in this canyon. Beer Barrel, that was a good place to go. I tell you what. Here's the natural bridge, though. This is what I mean by steep. I think this is the Anna May, they call it. Anna, ANN May, MAY. Rather than the anime that I like to watch. Hey, Susan. Anyway, this is the natural bridge. So this is the top of it. And then there's the inside of it. Old picture. This is like got stuff here. But there's a creek that runs up here. You can see in the water that falls in it, which created the natural erosion right in here, because there's also down in here you can see there's water. In the summer, I actually hike down in there, and you can wear your swimsuits and that, and you can kind of like swim around in there. Not deep or anything, but anyway, so we actually were behind this, so we were on the other side of that. So this is where boop 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 boop. This is about where I broke my hip. I didn't break it, but it felt like it. About Southwest England, it's been kind of a war about scones. Cream first or jam first? I would think cream first. I don't know. How's Brendan doing? He's doing really good. He's keeping positive. He was happy and excited about his sandwich. Looking forward to his sandwich, and so I hope it went well. I think he was supposed to get French fries. Maybe not. He loves French fries. He loves French fries. I can't remember if he was supposed to get French fries with that meal. I hope so. Anyway, so what happened was is that we were down there, and my sister and her daughter were done looking around. And they're like, okay, and I was just standing there next to a rock, and I was dying, being over dramatic as usual, and so basically, my sister's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to call an air lift you out? I was like, no, I'll die down here before anybody lifts me out of this place. I am not doing that. I don't care if an animal mauled me and took my leg. I will crawl out of there before I allow someone to airlift me out. Because that's my pride. And basically, I, with the help of a passerby who happened to also be a nurse, she helped me walk my way up out of there. Good. And it was fine. I stretched a ligament too much. The popping was like a ligament or something. I didn't break my hip, but it felt like I did. Will Pete be joining? I think he's planning on joining me Friday. He has some health issues last Friday, and he just wasn't feeling up to it, which is fine. So, you come first. You know what I mean? I keep telling him that. Airlift, what the heck is that? It's where they get a helicopter and they lower a gurney down into the an area, and then some people who come down with it will strap you to the gurney, and then they will raise up the helicopter with the gurney, and then they will take you to wherever you need to go. That's airlifting. I will die wherever I'm at before you airlift me out of anywhere. And I know that's pretty like harsh statement to say, but I mean, I would have to be literally passed out unconscious for you to willingly put me in an airlift to go anywhere. I mean, you'd have to knock me out. I couldn't do it. You'd hear screaming, screaming and yelling. And yeah, there's actually, let me see if I can find it. There's a famous video. Hey, Verna. I mean, no hate towards anybody that works in airlifting. I'm just stating this is my fear of heights, and I don't like roller coasters. I don't like any of that. I'm not. No, no, ma'am. We are humans, and we are not meant to be up in the air for any reasons whatsoever. If God wanted me there, He would have given me wings. That's how I look at it. I don't like flying. I don't like any of that. But there's this Arizona woman spinning helicopter. There's this woman in Arizona like a year or two ago, and as she was lifting up, it was like 3 years ago, and it was an actual thing where they didn't connect it properly, And so when they lifted her up, gravity and force and all that took and just spinned her like a helicopter's wings. Here, and let me see if I can share this. I'm gonna have to mute myself because I laugh and you shouldn't laugh at this. It's not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. Okay? It's not funny. I have dark humor, so I'm letting you know right off the bat. I'm a bad person for laughing at this. But here.
Oh, got the spin. I gotta let him back down. Try to get that under control. That's not good. Definitely passed out by now. There you go. Let him down. Take off. Good. They're gonna try to. There you go. There's slow that down. They're just gonna fly off with them and go to the LZ. I hate to see that. Oh my gosh. That is not good.
So I know it was kind of choppy on your guys' end, so I posted the link in there. That's basically what airlifting is, but they did that very wrong and she span out of control. And she was, really older and she actually got like a chronic condition from that, where now she's forever dizzy. um, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny because the way it just was like, shoo, and then the guy was just like, oh wow, oh, it's got the spins there. Okay. Well, hopefully that stops soon. Like, he's just so calm about it. But, yeah, no, she actually went on, like, USA Live or something like that and talked about it, and, like, I feel for her, I really do, like, I would be pissed. But that's why I don't wanna be on a airlift. That's what an airlift is. And they announce it, all the film crew goes out there and watches it, people are like, "Oh, another person." Another hiker who didn't know what they were doing got injured. Ho ho. And then that would be me. That would be me on there. I'd make the news. I no, I'm good. Just throw me water down and food every once in a while, you know. Um Maybe a portable battery for my cell phone so I can still have Wi-Fi and I'll be fine. Just leave me there. It'll be okay. And one day I'll get the strength to get back up the mountain. Did she sue? I think she did. That was 3 years ago. I think she tried to sue, um, because that was, I forget the company that specifically does that. It's an actual search and rescue, and it's taxpayer money. I think, and I think part of it was also you pay for that service too. Because a while back ago, it's actually this is great for Brendan Dassey at least. Yeah. Make it worth my while, right? Free advertisement. That's good. Oh, man. Have a sign strapped to me. It's all good. Make the most out of it, right? Um, in Arizona, they passed this law a few years ago. We nicknamed it the something stupid law, something like stupid. Stupid motorist or hiker law or something like that. I think it's called the stupid hiker law. Basically, because in Arizona, it's not uh we have a very dry heat and it's very hot, and that's nice. And I know a lot of people are like, that's the best kind of heat, because it's not humid like a lot of places. But the problem is that once you start to do something like hike or whatever, and you don't keep hydrated, you'll sweat out all your fluids, but you won't know you're sweating, because it's so dry out here. It evaporates really quickly. So heat sickness, heat stroke actually sneaks up on you very easily, and then that's when people tend to get stuck when they go on these long trails in Arizona, up mountains and in the middle of the desert. And then that's what happened to this lady. Kind of, she got a heat problem, and then she actually twisted her ankle or something like that, or fell because of that. So her and her husband, who are both in their 70s or so, that's why they had to call search and rescue to airlift her out and take her to the nearest checkpoint where she can get medical treatment. That's generally speaking, they call it the super hiker law, and they also have a stupid motorist law in Arizona. But that basically, if that happens to you and they feel like it's completely within your control, like you didn't bring water with you, that's completely and totally on you. So you have to pay for the expenses of that, because for a while there, a lot of people were, um, a lot of people were just doing, a lot of people were just like making stupid choices. I hate to put it that way, but if you're gonna go hike in Arizona, you need to bring water. And they were making stupid choices and going out and hiking and then getting sick and then having to call search and rescue. So that's why it was at the taxpayer. So that's why they're like, okay, now you guys are going to have to pay for it. The stupid motorist law is kind of in the same thing, because out here in Arizona, we have monsoon season, which means it flash rains out of nowhere. And even in the area you're not in, I live right in front of Camelback Mountain. Saw tons of helicopter rescues of super hikers from my porch. Yeah, so you've seen it firsthand, Susan. It's in the news all the time. I'd say at least 10 hikers a year. And they're all some of them are local, and then some of them are from out of state who come in touristy wise and they want to hike on Camelback Mountain. So, but yeah, super motorist law is kind of in the same way when it flash floods out here. And then you have anything out here can be a wash, and water rolls downhill. So if it rains here in Payson, that means it's going to flood in Phoenix, sort of thing. And when it flash floods, it goes into the roads and shit like that. And sometimes when people are driving and all of a sudden they have a flash flood right in front of them in a road crossing, they think, oh, we got this, we can do it. And then their car gets stuck, and then we have to rescue them. So that's what the stupid motorist law is, because you shouldn't be crossing a flash flood, you know. Now, like I said, I think they also vary. Like, if you're driving and next thing you know, the whole entire road is filled with water and you had no control over being in the, you know what I mean? That's one thing. But it's this, if you come across a crossing and you know that it's deep and it's flash flood and you're safe, but you choose to go forward into that flash flood, that's where you have to pay for the rescue. Over here you cannot sue the rescue workers or the company. Yeah, over here you can sue anything you want, I guess. It's a matter of if you're gonna make it or not through court. I think she tried to, at least. I don't know whatever happened to that. I mean, a complete negligence on the people who are dealing with that. They should have controlled her basket, and they didn't. You know, so I mean, I feel for her, but it's funny to watch. I mean, I can't help it. Anyway, so yeah, now you guys learned something new about Arizona. You learned a few things new about Arizona. Um, I wish we did live closer, Roxanne, because we would have coffee or lunch or something like that. There's a few people that I wish lived closer. I'd love to just be able to like hang out with you guys more face to face because you're all very cool people. So yeah, maybe not this week, maybe sometime next week. Let me know. I'll if I'll make a poll in our group. And we'll see what time I prefer to do the book reading thing, and we can just do that. Like I don't mind doing that for you guys. We can just read a couple. Like I said, it's only a few chapters. It's only a few chapters. They're not a few chapters. It's got tons of chapters, but it's not that many chapters. Like for instance, I've already gotten through part 1. No way, I haven't gotten through part 1 yet. I'm on part 1, chapter 3. So like the way it's set up. So I'm still on part 1, but part 1 has 3 chapters and they're very short chapters. Part 2 has 8 chapters and it looks like there are also very few chapters. 4, 5, 1, 2. Yeah, so it's very few chapters in these books. So I think we're talking about the Anatomy of a False Confession, Susan. I think you guys read it in Foul Play too, if I remember correctly. You guys might have done a lot of talking about the book too. I know Dr. Silkman, I think Linda was telling me Dr. Silkman did a lot of talks about this book when he found out about it. Sorry, I think we listened to an Audible, maybe. Yeah, okay. So I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind reading it. So far, the first few chapters that I've read of it have been really fascinating, and I've learned a lot already about confessions in general so far and the standards. It's like just from the get-go, he talks about his experience with confessions and how monumental it was to start recording them, because that wasn't a known practice actually for a while. It wasn't a standard, and now it's starting to be more of a standard, which he talks about in the first chapter of the book, how much that is a blessing to Brendan, which it is, that they were able to record his confession and we can watch it ourselves and see it and watch it back and see what they did to him. It's hard to watch because, especially if you have a child or somebody that reminds you of Brendan, like anybody though, like I don't really have anybody that I can relate to Brendan with in my life other than him. And it's still watching what they did to him was just really gut wrenching. And but it's a blessing that we have that, because then we can look at it and see what they did to him and what went wrong. I cannot, but it's just like, I cannot fathom or believe though that the courts do not, like, how he could go all the way up to the Supreme Court with his false confession and they still deem it reliable. Like, I just don't get that. I don't understand. I don't think I ever will understand that, because to me, and it's just like what Judge Wood and the other judge, I can't remember her name. you know, when they were looking at it and they were like, this is horrific. This is awful. You can see it's awful, but there just happens to be that one or two judges that were able to rule that it was okay. And I cannot understand Rosner. I cannot understand how anybody in any position can watch it and think that what happened was okay. I can't believe the Supreme Court did not consider the case. I kind of can, only because, and this is the only reason why I say I kind of understand why they didn't take it, because if they took Brendan's case and they made a ruling on it, which I know would have been in Brendan's favor, then they would have set a standard for the rest of the country. And that means every case that is exactly like Brendan's, and there are a lot that are exactly like Brendan's. There's a case that happened in this book. Hold on. I'll just read to you this part. I'll read to you this part of the book because this is what I mean. Like, this is an eye-opening book for me. It's like I didn't even know. I knew kind of it, but I didn't really look into it. So, all right. The interrogation room was a black box. There was no tape recorder or camera, no way to see inside. We are left fight a battle we are doomed to lose before it even began. The defense lawyer may as well have been stepping into the cage or ring with a professional fighter. The odds of winning were about the same. Then, on July 7th, 2005, just a few months before Hallback went missing, the law changed. In the case of State versus Jarrell CJ, Jarrell challenged his confession in the Court of Appeals. Like Brendan, Jarrell was a teenager with a low IQ, bad grades, and he was interrogated without a parent or a lawyer present. The interrogation went as follows. At 9:10 a.m., Detective Spann advised Jarrell of his Miranda rights. The detectives then began to question Jarrell. Jarrell denied his involvement. The detectives challenged this denial and encouraged Jarrell to be truthful and honest. Jarrell again denied his involvement. The detectives again challenged this denial. During the questioning, Jarrell was afforded food and bathroom breaks. In the interrogation room, Detective Spano and Jarrell started opening up about his involvement and everybody else's somewhere between 1 and 1:30 p.m. Does any of this sound familiar? Substitute Brendan for Jarrell, and the above paragraph could easily describe one of Dassey's multiple interrogations. As much as the court in Dassey's case, this appeal court sided with the state. However, it issued a warning that was much stronger than many of its usual empty condemnments, whether police or prosecutors misbehave. And then this is what this court said. In this court's opinion, what is time for Wisconsin to tackle a false confession issue? We need to take appropriate action so that the youth of our state are protected from confessing to crimes they did not commit. We need to find safeguards that will balance necessary police interrogation techniques to ferret out the guilty amongst the need to offer adequate constitutional protections to the innocent. So anyway, so this happened a few months before Teresa Hallback went missing. They made this law based off of a kid who almost exactly the same thing happened to him that happened to Brendan. And then that's when they decided to start recording interrogations. That's why Brendan is the first juvenile person in Wisconsin whose interrogation was recorded. And that's monumental to Wisconsin, but also to Brendan, because if it wasn't for that, we would not see half the things that they did to Brendan. But the reason that is so weird is that they let it happen and they were okay with it. They were like, no, this is fine. What those detectives did to Brendan were within their realm of what they could do, which is bullshit. But that's just the government protecting the government, in my opinion. We exercise our supervisory power to acquire that all custodial interrogation of juveniles in future cases be electronically recorded where feasible and without exception when questioning occurs at a place of detention. And then this kid, Jarrell, his confession was tossed out of court because it wasn't considered to be reliable. It was non-voluntary. It was coerced because that's what the argument was. His lawyers were arguing, is this kid, this kid was coerced to say this. Well, we don't have proof to show otherwise, you know. So anyway, that's just like I said, that was just in chapter 2, part 1, chapter 2. So like the whole book is just, like I said, I didn't know it. Like I knew the law changed right before Brendan's ordeal because I knew that Brendan was the first um the juvenile to have their confession recorded like that. I didn't realize that the kid that they based this off of just happened before Brendan, like literally before him, same kind of circumstances, like as far as a teenage boy with a low IQ. Like they don't I've said this before and I'll say it again. Brendan is not the first, and unfortunately he probably won't be the last unless us as a society stands up and say we need new standards for how we deal with this stuff. Unfortunately, there are juveniles that commit crimes and there are juveniles that commit heinous crimes. But what we're doing is still not okay. There's got to be a better way. If you can't handle the confession part right, then what else are you not handling right? Yep, it's because they know when all this comes out right, they will get their butts handed to them, and that's more important than. Yep, exactly. I agree, though, Susan. It should be addressed. It's such a problem, though, in America, though, unfortunately, that I think they're afraid to, because if they, like I said, if they admit what happened to Brendan was wrong, then they're going to have to admit to hundreds of other cases. Brendan is not unique in that way. Hundreds of cases of minors and adults. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be addressed. These people need to be given a voice, and they need to be released from prison if they're not guilty, if they're innocent, if they were coerced, if whatever. But unfortunately, the powers that be don't want to deal with it. And unfortunately, that's where Brendan's at. It's an uphill battle. It's awful, even with the recording. But yeah, I will. Like I said, I'm gonna make a poll in the group. I wish I had guys. It needs to be addressed immediately. There are suffering people. You guys, put out my channel and try to get us to 500 so I can get a community tab on Brendan Talks. That'd be cool. Not necessary. I mean, it's necessary for me so I can bug y'all with community tabs. Yeah, that's all I really want out of the channel. It's a community tab. Once I get to 500 people and I get a community tab, then I feel like I succeeded in something on YouTube. I'm like 50 away. We can do it. I'm 51 away. Anyway, but yeah, if you guys want to share this link or share whatever, please do so I can get more subs so I can get to 500. That'd be cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm starting to get tired. It's like my 10 p.m. right now. So, but I'll make a poll and then we'll see what day works for everybody. It's probably going to be a Monday would work better for me because I don't work until that night and I just pretend. just to pretend, wait, what? What was I saying? Sorry, someone sent me a message. Sorry, I lost track of thought. But anyway. Oh, Monday. Yeah. Mondays are better for me, but we'll see. But yeah. Other than that, I'll see you guys Friday. And yeah. Thank you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys Saturday or Sunday. Like I said, I'm really excited about continuing on with the post-conviction stuff. Okay.